YouTube, Smooth the Trucker. Hey, how's it going? We're out here on the road. It's been officially 5 months driving here with May Trucking over the road. We're on 5 months now. It's June 18th. I'm going to be honest with you guys. Today is kind of a sad day. This is going to be my last load driving here for May Trucking. I've been with May Trucking, for 5 months. Actually, it's almost been 5.5 months. Tomorrow is going to be my day I turn in the tractor, and I'm moving on to bigger and better things. Tomorrow's going to be my last day. This is my last load today. I delivered an Albertsons in California today, and then I'm heading to the Fontana yard. It's going to be my last day tomorrow. I'm checking in with the main Fontana supervisor guy, and I'm turning in the truck. The reason why I've decided to come to terms and move on from May Trucking is that when I got my CDL, I've always planned on I always plan ahead when I'm thinking about what it is I'm gonna do. I always have a plan. And when I got my CDL 6 months ago, I always had a plan. I was gonna join a first company. I wasn't sure if it was going to be May Trucking or Western Express. I was kind of debating on those two. And then, after doing some research, I found out May Trucking pays a little bit better for starting drivers than Western Express does. At least, 5 or 6 months ago. I don't know if they upped their rates for Western Express now, but at the time, May Trucking was a better option. So I said, okay, I'm joining May Trucking. And May Trucking has been nothing but good to me. They are an excellent first company to join for those of you who are thinking, about getting your CDL, or maybe you just got your CDL and you want to know what's one of the best companies to join. I would say May Trucking is definitely one of the best companies to join. I would say, after doing some more research, I think, probably either Prime. I heard good things about Prime too, but Prime and May Trucking are probably the two best companies. My personal preference, is going to be going to May Trucking just because that's the company I've been with for the last, 5 months. And, it's been a lot of good times. I had, my first, I remember in February, starting, with Lana, my trainer, my mentor, I guess they call him, from May Trucking, teaching me everything I need to know and just really educating me on what I need to know. I remember when I soloed out at the end of February, and I've had my own tractor now. Been driving solo now for almost 4.5, 5 months, but been employed with May Trucking for 5.5, almost 6 months. We'll call it a 5.5 months because that's what it is. But yeah, guys, today is my last load with May Trucking. We're moving on. I'm gonna be honest. I've been out here on the road for about a month and a half now without having any home time. About 7 weeks. I've been really grinding it this last month and a half. Just working a lot. I haven't taken any home time. I've ever since the beginning of May. I came out here, and I think my last home time was like May something like May 4th or something. And then I got back out here on the road, like May 7th. And yeah, I've been out here for a month and a half with no home time, about 7 weeks straight, just pure working and grinding. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm ready. I'm ready to go back and just take some time off. I've had this great job. I've been really very blessed with this CDL life. I found out that I really do enjoy truck driving. This is something that I'm definitely going to continue to pursue. But for right now, during the summer, I need a break. I'm going to be honest. I've been out here for 7 weeks, and I'm ready to try to kind of switch things up a little bit. For those of you who don't know, I've been an ocean lifeguard down at San Clemente State Beach for the last 3 summers. This is going to be my 4th summer, so I got that job all lined up. And what's cool is I'm in a position in my life where I don't have a family yet. I don't, have rent to pay. I don't, have a certain amount of. I don't have to be making, over $1,000 a week to support myself financially. I can afford to go back and take 2 months off, and take those 2 months to go, work as an ocean lifeguard in San Clemente, You know, even though I'm probably going to be making half as much as what I make as an ocean lifeguard. You know, I make maybe about a little bit over 500 a week, you know, being an ocean lifeguard. You know, I can afford to take that, you know, that pay cut. I don't have to be making, you know, over $1,000 a week to be supporting myself financially. You know, I'm in a good place, you know, where you know, I don't have, you know, I don't have that overhead charges that I have to pay for, you know. So I'm in a good place financially set up where I can afford to do this. I know there's a lot of other people, you know, that they have, you know, families at my age, or they have certain set bills that they have to pay, and they're basically forced, you know, to stay out here on the road, and they can't quit. They're in a place where they're trapped and they can't quit, or they can't, you know, take any time off for as much time as they want to take off, just because they have overhead. You know, they have bills that are paying, and you know, I have some bills. You know, I have my insurance. You know, I pay you know, I pay a little bit of rent every month to live in California, but it's I got a good deal, you know, where I'm living, you know, with the fam still. You know, I pay them some rent, but I don't pay them nearly, you know, as much, where I have to, you know, stay out here on the road for I don't have to be out here for as long as I want if I don't have to be, you know. For right now, you know, I'm gonna be honest, I'm a little bit, you know, after you're out here for 7 weeks, I'm sure other truck drivers can relate to. When you're out here grinding, you're working hard, you're traveling, and you're doing nothing but driving, it's easy. When you're out here for a month and a half, 7 weeks straight without taking any home time, pretty much 90% of people are gonna get burned out. You know, it's a grind out here. I'll tell you, it's you know, working 70 hours a week. You know, just it's a sacrifice being out here over the road. You know, you have to have the right personality to do it. I know I do have the right personality to do it. I do enjoy this. I absolutely love it, doing this truck driving. But you know, I'm in a position where I can afford to take some time off too. You know, I'm in a position where right now my plan has always been, you know, to stick this out till, like, you know, the end of June. You know, like it's gonna be about June 19th, June 20th. You know, tomorrow, so it's gonna be my last day, and this, you know, this is my last load right now, and you know, I'm ready to take a couple months off. I'm ready to take couple months off. You know, just go lifeguard the beach again for a while. And you know, I'm gonna get right back at it. You know, in September. That's the plan. You know, in September I'm getting back out on the road, and I'm going to be joining the oil fields. You know, either, you know, be going down to Texas, or, you know, possibly North Dakota. I don't know how I feel about, you know, the whole you know, snowy blizzard conditions out there. But hey, you gotta choose what will take you. You know, when you have only 5 to 6 months experience. So whatever the best option is, you know, I'm gonna call around, do my research, and I'm going to find out what's the best second company to be joining. You know, come out here, get your experience, and then move on to bigger and better options. If I could give you new drivers some of the best advice when you first get your CDL and come out here, is really, really be careful after you get your CDL. You want to make sure that everything you do go really slow, and, you know, try not to have any, you know, points on your CDL. Try not to get any you know, accidents. You know, for me, you know, some of the regrets I have, you know, is that I have, you know, had a couple of minor accidents since I've joined May Trucking. You know, luckily nothing was any major accidents, and nothing was, you know, DOT reportable, ticketable, you know, accidents. But I do have stuff on my DAC report, you know, that, you know, a lot of companies, they use a company called Hire Right for DAC report, and they go on there, and pretty much every little thing that you do wrong as a truck driver shows up on your DAC report. You can't hide anything. And, you know, I know certain companies probably aren't going to take me, you know, just because I do have, you know, a couple of those minor, you know, accidents that are on my DAC report. I know that, you know, the oil fields in general a little bit less strict about that than a lot of, you know, the hazmat tanker over the road positions. So that's, you know, part of the reason why I'm going to the oil fields. And, you know, also I kind of enjoy that lifestyle out there, you know, being over, you know, on the oil fields. You know, I kind of like, you know, the nomadic lifestyle, you know, getting to do a lot of off-road lease driving, and it's just something that I know I'm going to enjoy out there. It's going to be an absolute blast, and I'm really looking forward to it. But that's the biggest advice I can give you newbies, you know, who are coming out here joining Made Trucking, is just try. It's gonna be a challenge, honestly. Learn how to drive one of these massive, you know, semi trucks with a 53-foot trailer on it. You know, I'm not gonna lie, they'll send you into some tight areas, you know, where it's literally, if you want to not hit anything, you're gonna have to get out and, you know, get out and look, and make sure, you know, you don't hit anything, even if it's minor. You know, even if you put like a little crack in a tail light or something, and, you know, it's doesn't get a DOT recordable, you know, that stuff still goes on your DAC report. So really try to limit that, because if you can come out here, you know, and go a whole, you know, 6 months without getting anything on your DAC report, you're absolutely killing it. You're one of the few that's able to do that, because it's tough. I'm gonna be honest, it's tough, you know, coming out here and trying to have a perfect record, you know, driving these massive vehicles, you know, especially when they're sending you into tight areas and stuff. It's extremely easy to hit something when you're you know, have your CDL and you're a semi truck driver, you know, especially if you've never driven anything big like this before. It's going to take a long time before you really become professional and proficient at it. And so that's the biggest advice I would give you guys, is just really take your time and go slow. But that's my plan in general, you guys. This is my last load. You know, it's kind of a sad day for Made Trucking. They've treated me real well. I really enjoy it, but I feel like it's time for me to move on and try something else. You know, I feel like I've learned pretty much everything there is to learn doing dry van and reefer here for Made Trucking over the road, and I really feel like it's time for me to move on and learn a new skill. You know, I have my endorsements, I have my hazmat tanker, doubles and triples, and twit card, you know, endorsements, and I'm ready to, you know, move on and utilize those a little bit more. You know, I'm probably going to go out to the oil fields and, you know, probably apply to either water or crude oil hauling. I'm not sure which company yet. I'm thinking about possibly Stevens tanker division out in the oil fields. You know, there's other companies too. So I'm not sure. I'm gonna be putting in a lot of applications in this next month, and I'm gonna be finding out what's the best option for me to go. But that's my plan, you guys. This is my last day with Made Trucking. You know, it's been 5 months driving here for Made Trucking, and I'm moving on. I'm moving on to different options now. And I'm excited. I'm excited for what the future has in store for me. Things are just going to be getting nothing but better from here on out. So this will be my last video for a while. You know, I might do a little update of my application status when I'm applying to different companies. But for right now, this is my last load with Made Trucking. It's been 5 months, and this is my last load. And I'll be keeping you guys updated of what's going on. And that's all I got for right now. Smooth the Trucker, out for now. Woohoo!